What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to week 5 of the LTM Pokemon Draft League. This week we take on Keegan, the coach of the OnlyFans, coach of the Olympic Flygons, and we are in for an amazing match today with a very difficult team, but I think we might be able to pull some shenanigans and make this work out. Before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, we're going to do a quick team builder before we jump into it, but there will be timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead. So Keegan, basically like almost all the other coaches, has a very powerful team. Now, I think that Keegan has one of the better teams in the league, if not one of the best. It got very highly ranked in the original rankings, and so yeah, it's going to be a really tough matchup to deal with. So what does he have? We've got Crocodile, of course, one of the best, if not the best mon in this format. Honestly, it can just do so many things. It does everything really that you want it to do. Offensive, it can be kind of defensive because you've got the intimidate type of stuff. You've got so many paths that you can take this mon. It's really, really good. Paired that up with an Uxie, which I think is a really good pairing. Gives a secondary rocker, gives some bulk there. Definitely a really, really cool option. Gives you a fighting resist, which of course the Crocodile was weak to, so definitely a cool pick there. Empoleon is next, and I don't even know why Empoleon is allowed in this league because it's really good now. It's stupid good. And then he paired it up with the Okidogi. I really like Okidogi. I'm a believer in the dog. I think it's really, really good. Arts used it last season in our UNPL league, and man, it was crazy what he was able to pull off. Guard Dog plus the Adrenaline Orb into possible opposing Intimidate is just wild. It's just an awesome set. Luckily, we don't have Intimidate, so we're not worried about that, but still really good mon. And then Terra Iron Leaves. Now listen, I've been a big Iron Leaves hater pretty much the entire time it's been a thing. I still don't think it's that great. With Terra, I think that helps a lot, and there's a reason why it's allowed to Terra, because I don't think it's that great. But in this matchup, it's actually really good, and I have to be really careful with it because otherwise it will absolutely sweep me. So got to be really careful with that. Tauros, a second possible Intimidate mon, which is really cool. That and Crocodile. Do I think it's coming? Probably not, but who knows, maybe it will. Regidrago, that's definitely going to be coming because that thing is so bulky and it sets up like crazy. It's something you have to be really careful of or it will snowball on you. He has snowballed with it this season already. And it's really a mon that you can just by accident start snowballing. It's ridiculous. Salazzle gives some extra speed. It's a really good offensive typing. Definitely a good mon there. Mimikyu, a nice fairy, gives you the possibility to set up. You've got the Trick Room option if you want to go for that. Definitely cool. Ampharos. Ampharos is okay. I don't think it's the best mon out there just because it is so slow and it's not that bulky, but if you don't respect it, definitely could be cool. And Cloth. Cloth is probably my favorite mon on my opponent's team. Is he bringing it? Probably not, because I think I've got a little too good of tools to deal with it, but still it's a cool bring, and I'm glad that he drafted it. I'm glad somebody is repping Cloth, and it's really, really cool. So this is a really tough team to take on. I do think that the matchup is in his favor pretty heavily. I don't think it's necessarily super swayed in his favor, but I do think that it is in his favor. And so we're fighting an uphill battle here. So we do have to be a little bit resourceful in what we bring, and we're gonna try our best to make it work. So let's see what we brought. Starting off, we're not gonna make the same mistake of not bringing our Terra Captain as what we did before, and so Kilowattrel's coming out first, and we are Scarfed this week. We are going to be faster than anything on his team, including a Scarfed Salazzle, and we are Terra Ground. Terra Ground does really well into his entire team. Show me his ground switch in. It's Uxie, and that's about it. That's about it. So yeah, this is just kind of a no-brainer as far as that goes, and we're going with competitive because competitive, of course, would help if he were to bring Intimidate for something like Lokix or for Flygon, anything like that. It helps to catch that if that happens to be the switch in. And Volt Absorb really doesn't help here because I don't think that we're going to see Ampharos, so I'm not really worried about that there. Terra Blast, of course, for the ground type coverage. Air Slash, Discharge, Volt Switch, pretty standard as far as that goes. Nothing too crazy. Next up, we're bringing our newest member that we just traded for this week. That is Orthworm. We did end up dropping Magnezone. We traded with Hunky Donkey in order to get access to Orthworm, which I think is a better steal for our team. Is it a better Pokemon just in general? Probably not, but it is a better mon for our team because it frees up Flygon to not have to be my rocker. Plus it gives me some spikes there, which I think is good, and frees up, I'm probably not bringing Toedscruel a whole lot, so this allows me to do other things, which is nice. So we're bringing basically just max defense because most of his team is physical. And so we've got Stealth Rock, Spikes, Earthquake, and Endure plus Custat Berry. Is this the best set to bring? Probably not, but I think that it could work out to get a final Earthquake off if we can get low, or get off a final Spike if we're really low. Anything like that could be nice. So I definitely think that that is a nice option there. Next up, Scarfed Flygon. I think that this is definitely the play this week. Instead of going with the offensive type of mon, we decided to go a little more bulky. We'll see how that ends up going, and originally I had First Impression over Superpower just in order to get that priority off, but I think the Superpower is going to be a little bit better. We're dialed here in order to outrun a Scarfed Crocodile. That's really the main thing that I'm concerned about, and then most other things I don't think are as likely to be Scarfed, so I don't know, I think it's a pretty good option there, but EQ, Outrage, Superpower, U-Turn. Once the Empoleon goes down, Outrage is pretty free, so definitely we'll be clicking that if we get the opportunity. Next up, we have Colberberry Slowbro, and this is pretty standard stuff, mostly physically defensive with Iron Defense. If I can get a couple Iron Defenses set up with this, there's not a whole lot that can touch it, right? Empoleon doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, and Uxie really can't do a whole lot of damage, so this thing can just kind of sit, and that can be really nasty for my opponent for sure. So definitely a cool bring. I think it's nice. The Colberberry is there for the possible knockoff coming from the Crocodile, or maybe knockoff coming from Okidogi, that kind of thing, and so we don't take nearly as much damage. And then the knockoffs are weakened after that. We can regenerate her out and do this again if we need to. So definitely a cool set there. Choice Banded Lokix comes up next, and this thing is really good. We're running Jolly Max Attack just so that we can possibly win the speed tie here. Of course, we have the same speed stat as a Crocodile, and so I'd like to be able to leech life and outspeed that as long as we can confirm that it is not Scarfed. So that is why we are running that. I would much rather run Adamant if I can afford it, but First Impression still just quite doesn't do enough. So I just ended up going for the speed instead. And finally, Komala. Komala, of course, coming back off the bench so that we can have Rapid Spin, and I just think it's better than Toedscruel in this matchup. I think Komala just has a better matchup in general here. We're not bringing Porygon Z this week, as you can tell, but I think the Yawn shenanigans is really nice because we can double Yawn into getting something to sleep. We can Yawn into something that is weak to ground and click Earthquake for some free damage. We've got the Rapid Spin in order to be a little bit faster, knockoff to get rid of items, that kind of thing. I think it's a really nice little utility set, mostly bulky, little bit of speed. We can outrun, I believe this is tuned to outrun a Salazzle once we are +1, so should be able to outspeed most things that are not Scarfed once we get that +1 speed. So that is our team for this week. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know that I am. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a close one, I think. So let's jump into it. All right, here we go. And this is pretty much what we expected. I actually did face this team in my very first mock. We had in later mocks, we swapped out Uxie for Salazzle, but Uxie makes sense because it gives him a ground immunity. So that definitely makes sense. Iron Leaves is Terra Ground this week. I thought Fire was really good into my squad, but honestly, Ground is fine because that gives Orthworm a little bit of a better matchup, which means he probably carries the fighting move, which means he may not have... I don't think he needs Psyblade this time around. I don't think he needs that move, so he may just drop that and bring Ground, Fighting, Grass, which hits pretty much my whole team. But yeah, my dedicated lead this week was Komala, and I'm going to stick with that just because if I led with Flygon into pretty much anything, it allows other things to come in and possibly set up, and so I don't want that. I want the Flygon to be able to get in and out. So, I mean, I guess I could have led with it and just clicked U. Okay, it's this. Okay. I think I just immediately yawn, because I don't want you trying to set up. Yeah, we just yawn here. We've got some bulk. It's not a lot of bulk, but a little. I actually switches. That's good. We catch whatever he switches into with a yawn, so I'm okay with this. Dogi, okay, that's fine. Wow, wow. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, in case this thing wanted to try to set up like bulk ups or something, then that could have been really problematic for me. Do I just go hard slow, bro, or do I double yawn, predicting you to swap out? Because I mean, there's no way you just like raw bulk up here. And I mean, bro is pretty defensive this week. So if anything's going to take the hit, it'd be that, and then I could possibly get off a boost. I just don't know that you want this to go to sleep, you know what I mean? But I mean, Slowbro's still pretty good into most of his team. So yeah, he does double, which is fine. Could have double yawned, I guess. What do you go into? This? Oh, that's perfect. That's good. That's fine. Again, EQ was so free. EQ was so free with Komala. I guess he just wasn't prepped for this, because I could have just clicked EQ at any time there and it would have been fine. I'm going to just Iron Defense here. You probably set rocks. Yep, that's okay. All right. We Iron Defense here. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not for this, it's for later, but still, like, what I'm just gonna click body press, get one and click body press and go from there, right? Because I mean, your resist is Uxie, right? But I mean, still Uxie isn't gonna do that much, and I'm still at full. So I mean, I can just swap out and save this for later and set up again. It's pretty free to set up on Empoleon, so he really can't leave this in. And I mean, if he stays in, this thing, depending on its spread, could just go down in one. If he's not super bulky, then we actually can OHKO. But he has to be, yeah, he flip turns. Okay, I mean, something is taking a big body press, which is good. I could have Iron Defense twice, but I don't think it's worth it. He probably just goes hard Uxie here, which makes sense. I would imagine it's Uxie. Because, yeah, body press does 0. Scald does too. There's really nothing I can do to touch Uxie. And so we have to remember rocks are up now, which is okay. And it also means that Uxie is not his rocker. So Uxie could be a little more offensive. So that's something to be aware of, is possible offensive Uxie, which could be scary. I mean, this thing, yeah, it's only 75 special attack, but it's really bulky. And I mean, weakness policy is a thing, mystical power is a thing, so definitely not something to sleep on. But we also have a banded, what is this? Okay, yeah, that's fair. We also have a banded, what's it called? Your helmet. Okay. I think I just psychic here, because I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm Colbur for the knockoff, which is the most likely thing. So we can take that. We're also at +2 defense. If you want to, he doubles. Okay. He's not really getting anything out of all these switches, is the only thing. Goes into this. Okay. I mean, we're just getting damage off. I mean, it's not much, but still, like... Drago, I assume you're physical. Body press does a lot. Body press does a lot here. I think we just press BP, right? And worst case scenario, again, because I mean, Scale Shot's doing like 22, 25, depending on spread. It's not doing much. He doesn't have much for this, and that's why we brought this. Like, his team is just so physical, and then his special attackers really can't take this on. Okay, goes hard Draco. Oh, we do go down there. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But, I mean, he did take a decent amount of chip on a lot of his mons. And he's now at -2 on everything. So I could just go into this. Get a free spin. You don't have a ghost. Yeah, you don't have a ghost. So this is a free spin as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and I mean, I could also just yawn here. Yawn is also pretty free to catch whatever switches in, but I think I just rapid spin. Just go ahead and get rid of these. Go ahead and get rid of these rocks. Yeah, switch. It's fine. I'm not too worried about that. What do you go into? Churky? Do you not think I have Earthquake? Because I do. And Earthquake definitely does have. And I'm probably faster than you now that I'm +1. Right? Right? I'm clicking Earthquake. I'm gonna click Earthquake. I think that has to be my play, right? Just take this off the board. I hate that Slowbro went down so early, but I also didn't really have anything I wanted to bring in on a Draco, so it's kind of tough. I needed to get rid of those rocks because otherwise Kilowattrel is going to take a bunch when it comes in the first time before it terras. I just don't want to deal with that. So I mean, I don't know. Do you just not think I have Earthquake? Because I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious, right? And I feel like we're faster now with the spin. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we go for Earthquake. It lived. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got our Choppel. Can we live this? No. Ugh. Man. Well, that's really annoying. That's super annoying because we switched Choppel on it at the last minute just to try to live a hit there, and it still didn't work out. Okay. Super annoying. Super annoying. Yeah, I think we just go this and just U-turn out. Man, we're just not. We're not doing great. We're not doing great. We lost both of our defensive hitters, and he still has all 6 of his mons. This is rough. I can't EQ because he still has Uxie. I can't Outrage because he still has Impo. I think I just U-turn here. I mean, there's no way you save this, right? I don't think there's any world in which you save this. Right, it's too low. It's too low. It's not fast enough, right? It gets picked off by a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know that you need the fodder, right? I don't know that you need that. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think you keep this around, and surely U-turn can do, 5%. Yeah, okay. You take this out, which is good. So Flygon takes out Dogi. We can't lock ourselves into Earthquake is the thing. So what's our best switch in here? With Dogi gone, I mean, Lokix isn't bad. This isn't bad, I guess. It's just, that's really tough because that Terra Ground is kind of tough for me to deal with because, again, it's really good into my Terra Captain. We also have this as an option, but I think Crocodile is an obvious switch in. Yeah, let's go this. You don't have removal, so I mean, I think this is kind of the obvious switch. If he wants to go Uxie, he can go Uxie, I guess. That's not really... I can't touch Uxie at all. He could go into Leaves, I guess, maybe. Leaves just kind of cleans up from here, to be honest with you. I think Leaves just kind of wins. So I'm in a weird spot. If I'd been double Iron Defense, that could have been interesting. That definitely could have been an interesting play. Probably wouldn't have won me the game, but still could have been interesting. What is this? Impo? Okay. Just to get your rocks back up. I mean, that's fine if I just start clicking spikes, right? Or do I go for damage on this? I think I go for spikes. I mean, you're gonna get your rocks up. There's nothing I can do about that. Should I be faster than you? I don't think so. Is that? No, I guess I'm just faster. Okay. Yeah, we take half from that. We can do our custap thing if we want to. It's a matter of whether it's worth 2 layers of spikes or getting an earthquake off. I think earthquake is better because that will put us, although he could go hard Uxie on our earthquake, which could be tough. It'd be a good play. Yeah, so we're gonna endure, show that we're custap for sure. He'll see through that for sure. Yep, we live on 1. So now the question is, do we spike again or do we earthquake and get damage off on this? Because that puts this in Lokix range. I'm gonna earthquake. If he goes Uxie, then that's a good play. Then that's a good play. It's kind of free, to be honest. Him doing that, and then he could go just straight for like a mystical power or something and get set up. And then I'm in a weird spot, so maybe going for rocks or the spike was the play. No, he stays in. Okay, we're gonna get some damage off, and this should end up in range of. No, he does switch. Okay, yeah, he just he just goes hard. O'Brien, that's probably Uxie. Yup. Yeah, I'm just playing terribly. I'm playing so bad. Yeah, this is just awful. I'm playing so bad. So, what do we have for this? I mean, obviously Lokix can take this out at any time. Ice Punch. Okay. Interesting. Physical Uxie. I respect it. I see it. We just go into this. Yep, we just go into this. So, I mean, first impression obviously would KO here, but I don't think you stay in because first impression is a thing. So Leech Life, I think, has to be the play in order to catch the Empoleon, right? Or is it U-turn to catch the Empoleon? Because I don't think even banded, I don't think we two-shot an Empoleon. Leech Life, it depends. It depends. Leech Life sounds pretty good. Am I just gonna lose because of this? Probably, but I've got to kind of go for some diff at this point. Yeah, there's no way he stays in on that, expecting me to go for first impression, which totally makes sense. Yeah, this is the switch. So this should guarantee, yeah, we two-shot for sure. We just click that again. So I think you just let this go down, right? I don't think you need it all that much anymore. I'm just trying to close the diff gap at this point. That's really all I can do. I played that first part of the game pretty poorly, in my opinion. I think I could have done much better. It's not even that he brought a team I didn't expect. And I think this team that I brought had potential. I just don't know that I did the right things here. And that's on me. That's on me. But, I mean, we can take another KO here. He has to pick something to go down. Something goes down, no matter what. Lokix comes in, something goes down. That's just how it is. And so, we still have... Yeah, I mean, I still have Flygon and Kilo in the back. So, yeah, this has the least amount of value. So, I think that is what has to go. We definitely reveal that we're banded by doing that, but it is a two-shot on that, which is great. What do you go into now? We're still at full, which is good. Not that Lokix is bulky by any means. Normally, what this thing is for is to come in and surprise somebody with first impression or sucker or something like that, but I don't know that we're going to have that luxury this time around. And I don't think that he expected me to be able to two-shot the Empoleon, because I also didn't really have a good switch into it, right? I couldn't just go hard into Kilowattrel. I couldn't just go hard into anything, you know? So he goes into this. Are you, what, Fire Punch? Do you click Ice Punch? Do you really click Ice Punch again? The thing is, Outrage is looking a lot better now, right? Flagon Outrage is looking a lot better now. If I can get some chip on Uxie. If I can get chip on Uxie, because I mean, okay, so what does he have left? I honestly think I've got to sack Kilowattrel and then just hope he's not booster. I think he is booster on Leaves. I think he absolutely is booster on Leaves, and with that I just kind of lose. But I think no. I think I go hard Kilowattrel. I think this is my only play here. If he goes Ice Punch predicting my switch, then that's really good. Knock. Okay. Alright. Yeah, he sees that I was Scarfed, which is fine. And then I could go Discharge, but he knows I'm not choice now. Either way, I'm weak to. Either way, I'm going to be weak to the Ice Punch. I'm going to be weak to the Ice Punch either way. I'm trying to think what the best option is here. This is tough. Is it best to Terra? I don't know if I need to be honest. He just clicks Ice Punch regardless. I think I just need some chip on this, right? I could Volt Switch and go back into Lokix if he... No, we discharge. I think we discharge. He switches. I mean, you might go... Do you go hard into Crook? Really? No. Okay. Go into this. Okay. I mean, that's whatever. And again, no, I didn't get the para there, which I don't think that mattered all that much. I don't think that matters. I mean, I can't switch. I mean, Flagon goes down, Lokix goes down. There's nothing I can do about that. Air Slash does the most, I think. No, Terra Blast does the most. No matter what, it does not KO. There is a 0% chance it KOs. My best chance is to go for a flinch. As terrible as that is my only chance here. Because Terra Blast does 39 to 46, Air Slash does 36 to 43. Best case scenario. Flinch is my only option. Yeah, he goes Skill Shot. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, he's not Dice, which is interesting. He's not Dice, but I mean, this just gets picked off by what's it called? This gets picked off by Lokix, but still, yeah, because I'm not max speed on Flagon, right? I'm not running hardly any speed. Yeah, he definitely outruns me. I can't go into that. Because yeah, if he's running like any speed, he outruns me. Because yeah, if he's at +1, yeah, outruns me by a mile. It's not even close. Do we first impression and let this go down? It's hard because we could sucker, I guess. Yeah, I think we just sucker. Okay, he gives me this, which is good. I'll take it. This is the most work that Lokix has put in all season. I'll take it. I'll take it. Again, we were able to close the gap a little bit, and I think Flagon will still be able to hit decently hard in the end game. I think Outrage is nice, but I don't think that we're gonna be guaranteed on anything really. Yeah, because I mean Crocodile lives comfortably. Yeah, it's not even close. So I mean, it's just a matter of if we can get things in range. I just don't know that we can. You know, I don't know that we can. Basically, we would have to make a really aggressive play and get it right. That's the only thing, and Keegan may not even give us that opportunity. Because he could, in fairness, if he's booster leaves, which is probably what that is. No, that's crook. So, I mean, I don't think this does all that much. Right, Lokix. I mean, Sucker does half, which is nice. I think we just have to stay in and click Sucker. Because he probably just CCs here, right? This does half, which is good. I mean, do you carry a non-attacking move? Probably not on this. Yeah. That did a lot, which is good. Knock off. Hang on. So do we switch up to Leech Life now? Or do we Sucker again? I think we Sucker again, right? I think he expected me to switch. Leech Life could have been really good. Because his whole team doesn't take the hits now. Yeah, he's going to lose his crook because of this. Lokix? What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, like that knockoff, I think he expected me to switch into Flagon, which is a fair assumption. I don't blame him for making that play. But Uxie is not going to like this hit from Lokix, even if I don't have my choice band. And I can switch moves now. And I mean, I'm slower if he's not basically max speed. So I'm not choice banded anymore. I mean, Leech Life still does like half if he's max HP. So now we see this. Booster? No. Okay. He's not booster. So, like, Terra Ground. Sucker does 31 to 37. Outrage is not a KO. Outrage doesn't KO here. I don't think there's a world. The only thing I could do is if I call his Sword Stance, if he expects me to Sucker again. That's my only play. Is to call him going for Sword Stance. Because even if I hit him with Sucker, he still lives. He still lives from my Scarf Flagon, so that doesn't matter. He did go for... Hang on. Hang on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I still don't think I can KO Uxie. Still don't think I can KO Uxie. But this is getting spicy. This is getting more and more spicy. So, I mean, that did a good chunk. That did a really good chunk. And that was definitely the correct play. So do we Sucker here? Or do we have... do we Sucker here? Into Iron Leaves. Because, I mean, that did like just under half, right? With Sucker to Terra Ground. I guess we sucker here. Yeah, he's in red. Leaf Blade, he's choiced. He's scarfed. He has to be. He has to be. So I sucker again, right? And I mean, this is so risky for him because if I call his switch into Uxie and I were to leech life, the game's over. Leaves is gonna go down too. Lokix! What is happening? What is happening? Okay, so this is wild and not at all what I thought was going to happen. This is insane. And so at this point, what we have to do is just hit this thing hard. Uxie could be faster than me. It very well could be. I'm no longer banded. So Sucker does like half. Sucker does about half. And Outrage does a little less than half. So it's gonna come down to damage rolls. If I knew that I was faster, because first impression doesn't do enough to make a difference, I don't think. Because you just Ice Punch here, right? You just Ice Punch, and that's free. Does Ice Punch KO? Probably. Probably. I think we just Sucker. Yeah. That did way more than half. Oh boy. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that that just happened. And so as long as he's not scarfed, which I don't know if he is, he very well could be. And if he is, then he outspeeds me. And it's just over. But I click Outrage here and we find out if he's scarfed. Because if he is, we just lose. Yeah. He was scarfed. We lived anyway!
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
You have got to be kidding me. After all of that, after all of the work that Lokix put in, we get frozen. And that's how we're going to lose the game. That's ridiculous. I'm just, oh my gosh, my luck. My luck is just ridiculous. We got that crit after Lokix just went plowing through that team. And then we get frozen on an Ice Punch Uxie. Oh my gosh. Story of my life though. What are you gonna do? That's just ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to that. It is what it is. He played well. I played like trash through that first half of the game, and then Lokix kind of bailed me out there at the end. And then even then, the Dapper Luck came in full swing there at the end and did its thing. But it is what it is. So we are now 2-3. We're not out of playoffs by any chance. There definitely is a possibility of us making it in, but it is going to be a difficult uphill battle from here on out. Basically, I think we can maybe drop one more game, maybe, but I think besides that, we have to win out and in order to make the playoffs. So it's gonna be a tough road, and we're gonna do everything that we can to get there. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This one came down to the wire, really close. But yeah, until next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.